My husband went on a work trip to fix something for his best friend, but instead of being a handyman, he got handsy with said best friend who had just gotten out of an abusive relationship and took them on a trip to Pound Town. I, 33F, have been married to my husband, 33M, for 3 years now, been together for 7. The first year we were together we lived 3 hours away from each other, and one weekend while I was at his place I had found out he cheated on me. We worked through it, he moved in with me and we've been pretty good ever since. I like to think we have a relatively strong marriage, or at least I did. Last week he told me he had to go away this week for work. His best friend back home is having some pretty serious mental health issues and can no longer be allowed to use power tools. However, he was in the middle of a building project that needs to get done, so said friend's dad hired my husband to finish the job with him, so it's like a work trip but also not a work trip, I guess. He told me he was leaving Tuesday and would be back Friday. Since he left, I haven't spoken to him for more than 5 minutes at a time. Usually when he's away for work he's calling me 5 times a day, which I thought was weird but just assumed he was busy hanging out. Tonight, technically last night, so Wednesday, he once again only calls me for 10 minutes, and tells me that not only is he now staying until Sunday, even though he sent me pictures of the job half done already, but that he's going to get his car looked at, which is why he can't talk long because he worked late and still has to take the car in. When I asked him where he was taking the car to get fixed so late, it was almost 10 o'clock at this point, and he said he had a buddy next town over an hour away, that was gonna take a look at it tonight, give him a quote and get parts and get it fixed Thursday. Huge red flags now, because if he was going to a friend's house he always tells me who, it's never just a buddy. And as his wife, I know he only has 2 friends that still live in that town, and neither of them know shit about cars. We have a tracking app that we use for us and our kids' phones, so I decided to look on that. He got there at midnight. It's now 3 a.m., and he's still there. And it's neither of said friends' houses. I just know. My gut is just screaming that this is exactly what I think it is, and I'm sick to my stomach. My best friend is asleep and she's all I have, and I just had to get this off my chest before I explode. Update. Hey y'all, a lot of people have been asking for an update, so here we go. So he finally came home Saturday night. I had spent the entire week gathering the information I need for divorce, but what I really needed for myself was proof. Proof that this was anything other than what I think it was. Proof that I was crazy for ever thinking he would do this to me. Instead, I found her. He claims he went over to her house but never actually slept with her. Her entertained her, but never slept with her. Spent the night, but didn't sleep with her. And I just couldn't believe that. He told me he only entertained her because she made it easy to give her attention. And that's when I walked out. I spent the day with my bestie. Drank, a lot. And I decided for my own closure, I needed to know if he really did sleep with her. One way or another, he took off his ring and walked into that house, so I was done, but for my own peace of mind, I needed to know the truth, and I wasn't going to get it from him. I found her number in his phone the night he got home, so I just called her. Turns out he lied about being married, obviously, and took advantage of a poor girl who had recently gotten out of an abusive relationship and finally put her trust into someone again. He did sleep with her. Even left her his shirt because he wouldn't be back for 2 weeks. Yes, he was planning on going back if I didn't find out. He made this poor girl think he loved her, and I'm disgusted. He hurt so many people with this stuff. So here we are. I'm officially a 33-year single mom, terrified of life ahead. I haven't eaten in days. My body has been in fight or flight for so long now that I'm currently sitting at the hospital hoping someone can help me reset it so I can finally sleep for once this week and my heart can have a break. I'm a mess to say the least. But I seriously want to thank everyone for the advice and kind words. This is a literal nightmare that I feel like I can't wake up from, and the sweet messages really help, so thank y'all again. Here's to hoping it gets better.